Very good morning, students. I am Ms. Sujata Funde from Pratibha International School. I welcome you all in today's session of science class. Now, students, as we all know that in last session we have learned 3 chapters. Okay, so now we are going to start with our new lesson. But students, before that, I would like to show you some things. Okay, some objects we are going to see so that we can guess the name of lesson. Okay, now students, come here. I'll show you. Now students, what can we see? Yes, we all know that this is stapler and this is our school diary. So students, as we all know that the objects like stapler and calendar has a definite shape. Okay, it has a definite means it has a fixed shape and even fixed size also. Okay, so the objects which has fixed size and shape are known as solid. Okay, so now students, I'm going to show you some more things. Okay, so students, now what can you see here? Yes, this is a glass of water and this is a water bottle. Okay, so students, we can see that the water is in liquid state. Okay, now students, what is mean by liquid? Liquids do not have a definite shape and volume. Okay, now how they don't have definite shape? Because we can see the example here. Okay, see, the size and shape of glass and water bottle is different. That means liquid takes the size and shape according to the object. Okay, so students, solid we have seen and liquid. Now we are going to see more things. Okay, so students, now we have seen the examples of liquid and the examples of solid. Now students, what is this? Yes, this is a balloon, and now students, we all know that we blow a balloon, right? That means the air goes inside the balloons. Okay, but we know that the air also does not have specific size and shape. Okay, it also takes the space according to the object. So we know that air is there inside the balloon. So balloon is also one of the example for gases. Okay, so students, now we can guess the name of our topic, that is solid, liquid and gases. That means today we are going to learn the lesson solid, liquid and gases. So students, now we are going to start with our lesson, that is solid, liquids and gases. But before starting that, we are going to solve one warm-up activity. And for that you have to open page number 46. So students, open page number 46 of your science textbook. Now we are going to solve one warm-up activity. So students, in this warm-up activity we have to solve what materials do you think the following things are made of. So students, here we can see that there are different objects in 4 columns or boxes, and we have to write that what materials we have used to make that object. So students, let's start from first one. Here we can see that there is a mirror. Okay, even we have one object. Yes, we can see the mirror. Now students, we have to write that which material do we use to make mirror. So as we all know that the mirror is made of glass. As we all know that if the mirror falls on the floor, then what happens, students? Yes, it breaks into a smaller pieces. That means the object which can break into a smaller pieces or the material, that is known as glass. So we are going to write glass. So you also write with me. So first of all, we have done first one. Now students, let's see the second one. So here students, we can see that there is a table tennis ball. Now we know that the table tennis ball is made up of plastic. So we are going to write the material for the table tennis ball, that is plastic. Now students, let's see the third object. So students, what can we see in third column? Yes, there are different utensils, and students, we know that we can see so many types of utensils in our kitchen. But do you know that the most of the utensils are made up of steel material? So we are going to write here steel. Most of the utensils which are present in our kitchen are made up of steel. So now students, we are going to solve the last one, that is furniture. So students, in this column we can see that there is a table, even there is a chair also. Even you can see students, the table, this table, yes, even the benches on which you sit in the school are all made of wood. Okay, so we are going to write wood for the furniture. The teacher's table and even the benches on which you sit are all made of wood. So this was all about the warm-up activity. So students, we have solved warm-up activity. Now we are going to see some information about matter. Now first of all, I will tell you what is mean by matter. So students, the answer which we all have written in warm-up activity, I have typed in this slide. So let's read the answer. First of all, we have seen glass for mirror, plastic for table tennis ball, steel for the utensils, and wood for the furniture. So all these materials have a common name, and that is matter. Okay, that means these all materials makes matter. Okay, so now students, what we are going to see, yes, here is the name of our lesson, that is solids, liquids and gases. Now students, we are going to see exact information about matter. So students, now what can we see on the screen? Yes, there is a study table and we can see that there are so many things on the study table, and all these things are made of material, and that material is known as matter. So here students, we can see that there is a stapler which is made up of steel. Then there is a table also which is made up of wood. Even there are so many things like books, lamp is there, even chair is also there which is made up of wood or steel. So these all things are made up of particular materials, and that material is known as matter. So students, now matter has weight also. Okay, so the amount of material, the amount of matter is measured in a weight, by its weight. That means matter has weight and it has a volume also. So as I told you that it has a weight and it has a volume, but students, do you know that it takes up space also, and the amount of space is measured by its volume. That means the matter has space. First of all, the amount of space which is available in the matter, that is known as volume. So students, now the image which we all can see on the screen, it is the image of volume. That means students, suppose I'll give you one example, that is chalk box. As we all know that chalk box has a weight, right, and even it has a space also. Now what is mean by space? So the space which is available in that matter, that is known as volume. Okay, so in chalk box we have space to keep chalks, and that space is known as volume only. So this was all about matter, and all the things which has space or which has weight are known as matter. So we have seen that what is mean by matter, and we have seen the different properties of matter also. That means it has a space, it has a weight, okay, and it has volume also. So now students, this was all about matter, and now we are going to see the main three states of states of matter. So students, in the beginning you all have seen that three examples I have shown you for, that means different examples were there. One example for solid, one example for liquid, and one example for gases. So students, we are going to learn about solids, liquids and gases. Before that, I would like to tell you something about molecules. Now students, we have seen about matter, but students, do you know that in each and every matter, tiny particles are present, and those particles are known as molecules. They are very small, they are very tiny particles, even we cannot see also to them, and they all are present in a matter. and we are going to see that how these molecules are placed in a solid, liquid and gas. That means the place of molecules which is present in a matter decides that whether that object is a solid or liquid or it is a gaseous. That means the place of molecules decides the object whether it is a solid, liquid or gas. So students, first of all we are going to start with a solid. So first of all students, let's see the example for solid. As we have seen the different objects for solid also in the beginning. So here students, we can see that there are different types of stones on the screen. Okay, and these stones are the examples for solid. So here students, we can see that the stones have a definite shape and definite volume. That means they cannot change their shape and their volume also or their size. So that's why they are known as solid. That means they are the example of solid. That means solids have definite shape, definite size and even definite volume. Now we are going to see the place of molecules. So we are going to see how the place of molecules is there in a solid. So students, here you can see that the molecules in solid, we can see the image for molecules in solid. So students, here we can see that the molecules in solid are closely packed. Okay, are closely packed and even we cannot see a space between them. That means the molecules in solid don't have space in between them to move. As they don't have space between them, that's why they cannot move and that's why they have the definite shape and definite volume. Now students, solids can be soft or hard also. Even some solids are also there which can break into smaller pieces. So here students, you can I have shown you the one example for breakable solid. That means this is the example for breakable solid, that is mirror. So as we all know that if the mirror falls on the floor, it breaks into smaller pieces. That means some solids are also there which can break into smaller pieces. And even some solids are also there which can change their shape by applying a force by the human. Okay, that means if we will apply our force on that particular object, it changes the shape or the size. For example, metal wire. Okay, for example, metal wire, if we will bend that wire, it changes the shape, and that is the example for that. That means some solids are also there which can change their shape by applying a force, and even some solids are also there which can break into smaller pieces like mirror. So students, now we are going to solve checkpoint. Okay, so you have to open page number 47. You have to open page number 47. So students, on page number 47 we can see the checkpoint, that is pictures of some solids are given below, and we have to write H for the solids which are hard and S for the solids which are soft. So students, here we can see that there are 7 pictures of solids, 7 solids, and we have to write the H for hard solid while S for soft solid. So first of all students, let's start with the first example. So here students, we can see that there is an example of an eraser. So we know that eraser feels hard. So we are going to write hard for the eraser. So students, you also write with me. You have to write with pen in a textbook. Okay, write with pen in a textbook. So first example we have solved, that is eraser, and which is a hard solid. So now students, second example we can see that there is a cricket ball. Okay, there is a cricket ball and we know that it feels soft. Okay, so we are going to write S for it. So you write it properly on the text, in the textbook, on the line. Now next example we can see that there is a duck. Okay, and that is the duck. So we know that it feels soft. we can see that it is the solid, that means it is soft in touch. Okay, so we are going to write S for duck also. After that, students, next example we can see that there is a football. So it also feels soft, so we are going to write soft for football. It is a soft solid. Now students, next example we can see that there is a bench. Okay, we can see these types of benches in a garden, and we know that it feels hard, so we are going to write hard for it. So you also write hard. Now students, let's see the next example. We can see that the example is of bucket. There is a water bucket, and we know that it also feels hard, so we are going to write it hard. Now students, next and last example is there of balloon. So here students, can you see balloon? And I can feel this balloon very soft. Okay, I can see this balloon very soft. So we are going to write soft for the balloon. So you also write soft for the balloons. Now students, we have finished with our checkpoint. So if you can write more examples for the solids which are hard and which are soft, you can write and you can discuss with your parents. Okay, so this was all about checkpoint. Now we are going to see about liquids. So students, as we all know that I have shown you example for liquid, that is water, and water is the example for liquid. So let's see the place of molecules in a liquid. So students, on the screen we can see that there is a glass of water, as I have shown you, and even I can show you now also. So students, here is the example for liquid, that is a glass of water. Now we can see that the water which is present in the glass, it is in a liquid state, right? And it has taken the shape of a glass. Okay, so we have seen this, and even we have seen in water bottle also. In water bottle also there is a water, and it has also taken the shape of water bottle. And students, now the molecules in a liquid are in this place. So here on the screen we can see that the liquids don't have the definite shape and even size and even volume. They change their shape, size and volume according to the object. So students, here we can see that here is the water in glass, while here is the water in a that means the molecules in a liquid have shown in a vessel. Suppose if we have poured the water in a vessel and same quantity of water in a glass, that after that we can conclude that water has taken the size or shape according to the object. If we pour the water in a vessel, that means the water takes the shape of a vessel. And the molecules also in a liquid, which we all can see on the screen, are in this place. That means the place of molecules in a liquid is like this. But here also we can see that there is a space between them. There is a space which is available between them, and because of that space liquids can flow. Liquids can change their shape and size. So this was all about liquid, and now we are going to see about gases. So we have seen about solids and liquids, and we have also seen that the molecules in solid and liquids, that means the place of molecules in solids and liquids. And now we are going to see about gases. So students, here as I have shown you, the example for gas is the balloon. Okay, so students, here the molecules in a gas, we can see that they are completely far from each other. That means there is a lot of space which is available between them. So here also we can see that the air we cannot see, but we know that the air is there inside the balloon, and that's why it is in gaseous states. And the place of molecules, So students, here we can see that there is a lot of space present in the molecules, and that's why gases also don't have definite shape, definite size. So this was all about gases. Now as we all can see on the screen that there is a lot of space between the molecules, so they can freely move around all the place, and that's why they don't have definite shape, even definite size, and even definite volume also. So this was all about gases, and now students, we are going to see the difference between the molecules in a solid, liquid and gases. So students, here we can see that there is a difference between the place of molecules. Here we can see that in solids the molecules are closely packed. The molecules are closely attached, while in liquid there is a little bit space available. And now as we all know that students, if we pour the water on the floor, it takes all the space. That means it does not, and that's why it does not have a definite shape or definite size and even volume also. And now students, in gases we can see that there is a lot of space. That means they can freely move all around. The molecules of a gas can freely move all around, and that's why gases don't have definite shape and volume. In solid, liquid and gases, only solids have definite shape, definite size and volume. That means only the shape and size of solids cannot change, but the liquid and gases can change. So students, this was all about today's session. That means we have seen about solids, liquids and gases. And now before ending the session, I am going to show you one activity. For the liquids, I am going to show you one activity, and one example I am going to show you for the matter. So let's see. So students, now as I told you that we are going to see one example for matter, and in the video also we have seen that study table, right? We have seen study table for the example of matter. Now students, can you see my table? Yes. Now I am going to show you some things which I have on my table. So come here, I'll show you. Now students, what is this? We can see that this is a pen stand, okay, and we can see that this is a man-made pen stand which is made up of wood, okay. So now students, I'll show you one more thing. What is this? Yes, this is stapler, and we can see that this stapler is made up of steel, and this is book. We know that it is a paper. Now students, here I have one more thing, that is a glass of water, and here we can see that this is a glass. So it is made up of material that is only glass. And now students, here you can see a ruler also I have, and you can see here the water bottle also. So it is made up of plastic. So students, now we have seen different things, and we have seen that the materials also. So the materials which we use to make these things are known as matter. That means different materials like wood, we have seen plastic, paper, steel, and even the plastic also. So these all materials is only matter. That means all these materials have a common name, that is matter. Now students, we are going to see one demo to show that liquids have definite volume. So students, now here you all can see that I have taken two objects, okay, two things, that is a glass of water and a empty bottle. So students, now here what we are going to do first of all, the amount of water which is present in the glass, that we are going to see, and we are going to mark the level of water. So students, now I am going to mark the level of water. And now students, I am going to show you the level of water. So students, see this. Can you see the level of water? Now I have marked the the level of water. Now students, this much is the level of water. Now what I am going to do, students, I am going to pour this water in a in an empty bottle. So now students, we can see that I have poured the water in a in an empty bottle. Now students, what I am going to do, I am again going to pour this water in a glass. So students, let's see the level of water changes or no. So students, here you can see that the level of water did not change. That means liquids have definite volume. So we have seen that the amount of water does not change even if change the object. Even we can change, if we will change the object, then also the amount of water does not change. And this proves that liquids have definite volume. So thank you students. So students, we have seen that how liquids have definite volume, and we have seen solids, liquids and gases. Okay, we have seen that the places of molecules in solid, places of molecules in liquid and places of molecules in gases. Even we have seen the different properties of them. So now students, you are going to see one experiment for states of matter are interchangeable. In this video only you are going to see the experiment of states of matter are interchangeable, and explanation we are going to see in next session. Okay, so in next session we are going to see about states of matter are interchangeable and what is meant by solubility. So the homework of today's session will be mailed to you. Till then, take care and thank you students. Yes. So students, now we are going to see that how the states of matter are interchangeable. Okay. Now as we all know that there are three states of matter, that is solid, liquid and gaseous. Okay. So now students, we are going to see the three states of water. Okay, we are going to see the water in three states, that is solid, liquid and gaseous. Now students, as we all know that the main state of water is liquid. Okay, we can find the water first of all in liquid state. So here students, we can see that there is a glass of water and we can see the original state of water. Okay, that means liquid. So this is the liquid state of water. Now students, when we heat this water, okay, when we heat this water, at that time we get the gaseous state of this water. Okay, and when we cool this water, at that time we get the solid state. So students, now first of all we are going to see the solid state of this water. So students, what I have done, I have put this much water in the ice tray, and students, here you can see that I have got the water in a solid state. Okay, so students, here you can see that I have got ice blocks. Okay, so now I'll show you. Yes, so students, can you see this? You can see the block of ice. Okay, this is water only, but we can see that there are two states of water. This is the liquid state of water, while this is the solid state of water. We can see that it looks like a solid. Okay, now, so this is the solid state of water and this is the liquid state of water. Now students, what I am going to do, I am going to heat this water. Okay, so here you can see that I have put a vessel and I am going to pour this water in a vessel and I am going to heat it. Okay. So now students, you can see that I have kept that water for boiling, that means for heating, and now we are going to see the gaseous state of water. Okay, that means what we are going to see, we are going to see the water vapors. Okay, what we are going to see, we are going to see the water vapors, and that means the gaseous state of the water. Okay. Now students, here we can see that water is boiling. Okay, and it's going to change in a gaseous state. Okay, So now students, what we are going to see, this was all about the gaseous state. Now slowly we can see the gaseous state, but we are going to see one more thing, that means when the liquid is heated. Okay, when the liquid is heated, it converts into gaseous state, and this process is called as evaporation. Okay, what it called? It called as evaporation. We can see that when the liquid is heated, the molecules becomes free. Okay, the molecules becomes free and the liquid state change into the gaseous state, that is called as evaporation. Okay, that is called as evaporation. Now students, here can you see this? Yes, now we are going to see the water vapors. Okay, so now students, here we can see that the water is completely boiled. Okay, so students, can you see the water vapors now? Yes, we can see the water vapors are coming from the vessel, and that is the gaseous state of water. We can see this. See, this is the gaseous state of water. Okay, now we are again going to see all the three states of matter and how they are interchangeable. That also we have seen. So students, here we can see the gaseous state of water, that is water vapors. This is the liquid state of water, and this is the solid state of water, that is ice. Okay, so this is the solid state of water, liquid state, and this is the gaseous state. So here we can see complete water vapors. Okay, here we can see that we can see water vapors very clearly. So this was all about states of matters are interchangeable. Now I would like to tell you one more thing, students, that when this gaseous state, okay, when this gaseous state of water is cooled, it again converts into the liquid state. Okay, it again converts into the liquid state, and when this liquid state is cooled, okay, when this liquid state of water is cooled, we get the solid state. Okay, we again get the solid state of water. So from this experiment we can conclude that the the states of matters are interchangeable. So here we have seen three states of matter. So this was the demo for states of matters are interchangeable.